Hello, friends. I welcome you on July the 2nd, I believe, and just wanted to touch base on a couple things. One in particular is how I'm doing without the nicotine patches and the plastic cigarettes and without smoking nicotine. How am I doing, completely off of everything, as I told you before in one of the past videos, and just want you to know that it did hit me kind of hard, and it did mess with my nerves, with my nervous system. I did choose my battles wrong a bunch of times, and I did anger some people around me. I was an angry person myself a few times, and I had my nicotine fits, I guess what you would call. But got through them, and the reason I think I got through them easier, and that's the second thing I wanted to mention, is because of the cannabis. I consume cannabis, and as I also told you recently, I now consume it by using a vaporizer pen and vaporizing it. Just vaporizing the crystals, leaving the green matter behind, so that you don't have to inhale all that unnecessary stuff into your lungs. Now, what cannabis did for me is it calmed me down in those moments where I had lost my mind, or lost my cool or something, and I find it very helpful. It's helping me with my benzodiazepine taper. It lets me, break that pill in half from time to time and take half a pill less on my own without even consulting my doctors, and I fight through it, somehow by my love returning home and me, not kidding myself anymore and actually really wanting to improve. I've gained weight, and I've been fighting harder now that she's here, and I feel like it's my responsibility. And because I've been fighting it harder, I've been able to deal with some tapering pains, and I've been able to deal with no smoking, which was hard. It was intense quitting cigarettes. And when I was getting off the pouch, the patches and plastic cigarettes, things got kind of more real, I realized that the supply of nicotine through the patches into your skin pores and eventually to your blood, it had an effect, and it was supplying me with nicotine. But then also I realized how much my mind had to do with it all, A lot of times I still get tricked even now to my mind, conspires. Oh, maybe I should go where there is some people and see if I can buy a cigarette from somebody. I don't know for what, but that kind of thought went through my mind today earlier, and I was like, why would I want to smoke if I haven't smoked for like weeks or months, and or at least not have, I haven't even put it into my cannabis at all for some time now, and why would I want a cigarette now? The mind is quite pathetic sometimes, but I'm catching it now. So going off the patch, I recommend, because sometimes you can get used to it too much, like I did, and you're always depending on that, And then once you're off it, expect some anxiety and frustration, and remember, people around you are not responsible for what you're doing and what you're going through. They're only there to support you, if anything, and be your company, but they are not the reason why you're going through this. So don't take it out on people you love. Um, I know that we tend to, human beings, naturally to take things out on people we know or love most, because most people are cowards in a way, and they would never say or do things to strangers on the street like they do to the people they love. Sometimes we take it out on them, and it sucks, and if I do that, I apologize, but that is not intentions, you know. Um, so just a quick overall view, we're just started July in 2019. I'm at 45 milligrams of methadone, or 4.5 milliliters of Methadose. According to doctors, I'm at 2.25 milligram of clonazepam, except I take 1 milligram less most of the time, on my own, and I'm coping fine. When you're at those high doses, it's easier to cut down a bit because you don't feel the effects so much. You feel the effects more when you start climbing really low, then you feel the effects. But when you're at high doses and you're always, sedated pretty much, it is easier to cut down a bit because you don't feel the difference so much. Just an insight. Never try these things at home. Always consult your doctor. That's the most smartest thing to do. So that's going well. I am gaining weight. As you see, my skin color and my cheeks. My girlfriend's always looking at the cheeks, always asking me when the cheeks will coming back. Well, I think, judging, but I'm not going to show you my stomach and stuff, but I think I'm gaining weight, and about 15-20 pounds in the last 3 months or so everything's looking all right. And this Thursday I go to rehab, check in regular as everyone else, and I will ask my doctor if I could please calm down on the Methadose 5 milligrams, because I'm ready. And if she says no, I will say, please, I really think it's a good idea. And I just know she will go along because she knows I'm working hard and it's time. So just wanted to tell you, non-smoking is better in a lot of ways, that you taste and smell a lot better. You taste things and you smell things more clear. You're not always worried and chasing around something that in the end makes you feel terrible, filling your lungs with smoke and your head and your everything. It wasn't really a pleasure, After a while, it was just a drag, It was just, I don't know how to call it, a ball and chain, Smoking after a long time becomes like a heroin habit, You don't do it anymore just to feel good. You do it just to satisfy the sick mind and body that is demanding it, But, on a lovely note, we are in July. Things are going forward, not backwards. Things are looking up, not down. And I will be climbing down, and down, and getting back to you and letting you know how I feel. For sure, expect some anxiety and anger and frustration. That drug addicted David is angry at the good David, which wants to get healthy. But the pears and the apples are starting to appear on the trees, and so are the cherries. it's time to have some fun, and there's a lot more to life than just chasing after addictions. um, I'm trying to lose them all, and I hope a lot of people out there are doing the same. Don't mess with fire. And God bless you all.